morning, South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast as Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of the day.
So call in at 888-565-1470 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning. Shake off your sleepies, buckle in, cause it's showtime!
Morning. Good morning, and another good morning to you. Welcome to the Cafe Brew. And Vinny, my cousin Vinny, came in looking very snazzy.
You're looking a little tired today.
I'm not tired. I'm a little snazzy. What do you think, Slick?
They're looking snazzy today. Look at his shoes.
Look at the shoes.
You've been wearing those shoes for a few days.
And I noticed it. I just didn't want to say nothing because I didn't want to point it out. But I noticed also, Slick, he got the secret shoe thing. Left shoe untied. You know what that means, right? I'm in the house. Take a look at this. There you go. Looking sharp.
Looking nice. Look,
Yeah,
we missed you last night, 5 o'clock. They did a great job. Vinny, Teddy, and Val. Next time, Slick, we got to get you on.
You guys had a good conversation.
They had a good conversation. I'm not quite sure of some of the things you talked about. I was a little
We
confused
talk about
some.
anime, our shows,
PlayStation. You guys talked
people
about
online on OnlyFans.
You talked about it. Yeah,
And
what is
OnlyFans.
that?
Basically, OnlyFans.
FAMs?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Basically, OnlyFans, like, it wasn't supposed to be explicit, but it's supposed to be for, like, just like how Teddy touched upon it, like, some artists are using it.
Is it a site?
Yeah, it's basically like a site. I'll say it's similar to Instagram.
Ah.
Let me
okay.
ask you. People wrote in yesterday and told me, is it like a Reddit?
It's more like Patreon.
No.
You know what Reddit is, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
don't.
it's not like that. It's just like most people use it as a, XXX site to see more
Oh.
explicit pictures.
Really?
But it's not. I don't think it was the main purpose of.
Well, Reddit is a little explicit too. They have all
Yeah.
sorts of
How do I not know
porn.
any
And
of this stuff?
But it's not Reddit though.
Reddit
I
is
should go
like,
back to my rainbows and unicorns is all I can tell you.
no,
But
there ain't no
I
way.
did know like this one story that came out on OnlyFans. It was this girl she made, I think in 48 hours, she literally copied and pasted her Instagram post to the OnlyFans page, and she made around like $100,000 in 48 hours.
How'd you do
How
that?
should you do that?
She just copied the pictures off her Instagram and just put them on her OnlyFans, and she told people to follow her OnlyFans. And OnlyFans is a subscription, and you have to pay for it.
So she told people it was a
so
subscription?
She
And people fell for that?
Yeah, basically people paid to see
To
the
join
same
something that's
pictures,
free.
to see the
So
same
it's another
pictures.
site like Instagram. You got to back me up like I'm grandma.
Correct.
And you post pictures, but they're X-rated pictures.
It don't have to be X-rated pictures because like Cardi B, like she made a new music video. She's showing behind the scenes, but she's not showing it on any free social media site. She's showing
Oh,
it
so
on
it's a paid site.
OnlyFans.
It's
Yeah.
like your PPV, but it's
Yeah.
social media PPV.
Yeah,
Correct.
pretty much.
Oh, so you have to pay to join?
Yes, you have to pay a subscription.
Or it's not free?
It's not free.
Forget
at all.
about that.
No.
But what if people pay to watch our behind-the-scenes content?
Yeah, correct. Who want?
What if people wanted to watch you
Brooklyn
mop the floor,
behind the
Freddie?
scenes.
Because you can.
First of all, let me
Cafe
tell
And
you
we don't
something.
give
behind
that
the
out for
scenes.
free.
You put that out, then I'm suing you.
What if
Cafe
people want to
behind
watch
the
you put on my
scenes.
makeup?
Why would I put on your makeup?
Me put on my own makeup behind the scenes. What if people want
think-
to see what goes on here
Yes.
and they don't get that glimpse unless they pay
I don't
for
know.
it?
This sounds very creepy. You
It's
put it
not
on
that
your
creepy
makeup.
if you really think about
Behind
it.
the scenes.
If you think about it creatively, I don't think it's that creepy.
People pay for it, so.
First
How
of
much
all,
is it?
after that smirk that you
I
have on your
forgot-
face,
I forgot. I know majority of it's used for explicit though,
Yeah.
but
explicit meaning
explicit XXX.
XXX.
Yes.
it's dirty.
Yes.
like
a
Reddit.
Majority of it, but
Teddy, what do you
Well,
think?
there's a small,
Reddit is a different kind of dirty.
there's a select few
Oh,
that
wait a
use
minute.
it for a creative outlet.
Teddy, you're gonna
And
have to
I'm
get
only
in on
speaking
this.
to the
yeah,
correct
Ted,
few.
you're just going to have to
'Cause
come
you brought
take
it
a
up,
live
Reddit is
actually.
different
and
kind
come
of
out
dirty,
here
man.
because we got lots of questions
is-
for you.
We got a lot. Open up a love and come on out.
No, it's not.
It's not Reddit. It sounds to me like a whole lot of Reddit.
What is Reddit?
I think when it first
Dirty.
came, I think when it first came out, it came out as like a creative outlet for artists to like show something that they're not gonna show on the public social media, so they want you to pay a little bit extra because they're still making the project. to get an OnlyFans page.
Yeah, but that could be PG, it could be R, it could be anything.
But we made it XXX rated.
Well, then that's a whole different animal.
Well,
Yeah.
must like a photographer we know really well. She would probably be really good on that side.
No, that photographer takes it right to the brink.
I know, but imagine.
I got to tell you, Danielle Bouillon is the best. She makes pregnant women look like XXX stars.
I know.
It's
She-
unbelievable.
I know. She even makes you and I look good in a picture.
Which is, again,
But
unbelievable.
I can tell you, when then we saw the picture before she edited it, it was like, no.
She
Can we
gave
do
me the
another
picture. I said,
photo
"Who's
shoot?"
that?" You got somebody else standing next to Dawn, because
I'm thinking, where did I come from? Yeah, she's coming out. We got to get a whole behind the scenes study on this.
Other camera set up, so just give me you guys.
All
you
right.
open up the mic.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting part about this is, I think it was Teddy that brought it up in last night's
night,
show.
I didn't know what it was. You did, and we were thinking, what is that?
Never heard it. It's called Fan, F-A-N, only.
OnlyFans.
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 And you have to pay to be on there.
Yes.
Yes.
And how much you pay?
It depends on the person. Each creator can set their own kind of limits
Limit,
for
yeah.
it. So if you say like, oh, if you guys know Patreon, it's a very similar thing. Like, oh, for a $3 tier, you get this. For a $10 tier, you get this. For $50, you get all this.
Is that a month or a one-time pay?
It's
I
monthly.
don't know.
It's monthly.
I've never actually
It's monthly?
been on it.
Yeah.
He's been
So-
on.
Have you ever been on it?
I haven't really been.
What's your
on it.
account?
And you guys have an account?
Slick
Outrageous.
XXX?
No,
Maybe
no, guys,
it's
don't
not
even look for my
XXX,
account.
Maybe it's a way for
But
us
it's a
to.
monthly thing.
I never said this yesterday. Like, why pay for it when you can look up online for it for free?
Because
Yeah,
maybe they
that's what I was
can't
gonna
put all the
ask.
content out for free. People have to save a little
True.
bit. Little bit.
But I know
little
artists
bit.
use it as like an expressive outlet to show
Yeah.
like exclusive
Sex?
stuff.
Sex-
No.
Sex
no,
is an expressive
no,
outlet.
no.
Sex does sell.
So they can show exclusive things like an art, like I would say a pop star showing like an exclusive song that they don't want to show on their Instagram
Yeah.
or Twitter page. They show it on OnlyFans.
Okay, Beyonce is not going to put a song on this
I'm
thing.
not saying
No, you're not gonna
Beyonce.
put a song, but like Slick was saying, Cardi B
snippet.
just came out with the new WAP song,
Yeah.
and so she's doing behind the scenes on OnlyFans.
Ah, behind the
that,
scenes,
like,
okay.
I would pay because I love Cardi B and I like that song.
So you would pay to hear the song? Why can't you get on
Well,
Spotify?
Spotify?
Behind the
You
scenes.
pay to see
Or
behind
how
the
they put it
scenes of-
together?
She had Kylie Jenner. She had a whole bunch of celebrities on it, so you could
Mm-hmm.
see like little backstage interviews and stuff that you can't see anywhere else.
Correct.
Behind the scenes. We could do a slick shaving in the morning.
And I was saying last night, there's a lot of people, like designers, mostly it's cosplayers that I know of, but costume designers who, you know, oh, I want to know how to do this, but obviously they're not going to share out to everyone how to make this one piece because that's their, you know, I created this project. But if you pay on OnlyFans, then I will videotape my progress and I will show you how to do it. So it's kind of like a paid class sometimes.
And is it really explicit or it can
Not
be
all the
anything?
time. Like Slick said, I don't think it was meant to be, but most things weren't meant to be. And
So we could
people
put
make it
on the
that
things we
way.
were talking about last night,
What do you mean?
Which
like
are-
as a content creator.
Yeah. Unfortunately, now it's kind of gotten, because so many people during the pandemic put it towards the explicit side, it's kind of gotten that connotation.
So it's like a porn site.
It
Made
wasn't
for the.
supposed to be, but it has turned into that.
Because
yes.
that's all people think about. Boy brain. Where's Yvonne Haas when I need her is all I can say. Yvonne Haas, this is for you, boy brain.
Do you know when I went to NYU, I took a class in pornography filmmaking.
How long were you at NYU?
Really?
4 years.
That's a class?
Yes.
It was a class.
Wow.
And it was funny because nobody believed it. I had to show people that I took it. And I went to a porn house, a porn video house, a theater that was down the street where I lived. And every week they changed the movies, and I had to go in there and critique it. And it was more about what the atmosphere among the people were doing. There was guys with raincoats, you know, it's really
And
slimy
I took a class
people.
on
amazing.
soap opera production.
I want to take a class like
did
that,
you?
honestly.
Yes.
Okay.
That sounds
On
fun.
where to look, how to cheat out, what they're really doing, 100%. And therein lies how you and I have stayed the same. You're still taking pornography ideas, and I'm still running a soap opera.
First
so
of all,
it's all one and
I'm
the
not taking
same.
pornography ideas, but I came out of the theater one day, and my Aunt Juana was walking by, and she says, "Freddie."
At least she wasn't in the theater.
No, she was looking at. It was on 181st Street. There's a lot of stores there. And I always pray I didn't run into my mom or somebody. And I ran into Juana. She says, "What are you doing?" I says, "Actually, it's a class." Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And what kind of class is this? It's for NYU. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And she went back and told the whole family. And I had to explain to my parents. So I showed my mother. I said, look, Mom, I'm taking this class. I said, why don't you come with me? Let's go check it out. Hey, we're going to church. We're going to sprinkle you with holy water.
That's hilarious.
Really tough, man. That's why I laugh about these sites. Because, you know, you can get a bad rep just for being on that kind of site, I guess. And maybe not. Maybe that's the way it is.
It's definitely turned into a thing where there's a lot of stories written about how mostly men are the consumers and how they like a lot of OnlyFans people are men, like the consumers of it, but there's a super low respect towards the women who are on it.
Wow.
So like they consume the product, but
That's
they
not
condemn the
good.
people making it.
That's not good. And, you know, the pornography industry, I'm sure, is suffering because of the virus. And, yeah, I mean,
That's
they've
how
gotten hit
a
by
lot of it
stuff.
started was, I don't know how, it is a morning show, so I'm going to be very like PG, but a lot
Wearing a
of
mask for sex.
Yeah. No, a lot of people who worked at strip clubs and like sex workers like that were out of work, and so they kind of took to OnlyFans, and that's how it started taking off in that way.
Ah, now that makes sense.
They pivoted,
Yeah, they
and
pivoted.
they had to find another platform to reach their audience that was legal.
So all the clubs are closed? All the sex, the dancing clubs?
Vinny seems to have an answer for that.
Most of them, but I heard there's one in Texas. There's a drive-by one.
Seriously.
In Texas?
Drive-by.
Drive-by,
Like
yes.
really?
Drive-by
So you
strippers,
can watch
gentlemen's
it on
club.
the screen, on the big
In
screen.
your
No,
car?
see women outside dancing on the poles.
So you're in the car.
There's no screen. Yeah, you're in a car
Where's this?
in Texas. Forgot
should-
where.
We should give him a call.
I mean,
no
that's
pun
lucrative
intended.
because think about it.
It's like a big.
Any, yeah, you should call him. No
like a
pun
big-
money
intended.
stays in the car.
I think I'm not sure how that worked. I never saw some images of it. People driving by go for it, like a big bunker tent thing.
Interesting. Kind of like the convention last night. No, I'm kidding. It was a big screen, and if
They
people
did
there
it
were
in the
cars.
drive-thru,
That's what
driveway.
I'm saying. I know.
And there was the anyway. But that's interesting. You know, I gotta ask if in the industry, right, these places that you go to watch women dance, they also have men that dance, right? Women go to the men thing. I think the men thing with the men dance, from what I've seen, the limited exposure I've had, is
At
that it's a
Chippendales.
whole lot worse than the men go into female clubs.
From what you've seen.
From what I've seen, yes, because I've done
What
thorough
do you mean by
research.
worse?
How bad?
Define worse.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you.
You mean more explicit?
It's more sexual. There's sex actually, and they film it when the men are dancing. And if you don't believe me, after the show, I'll show you
No way,
guys.
that's true.
I'm telling you, because what happens is
At the bars?
women drink a lot,
Oh.
and the guys are dancing. And firefighters and police guys, there's a lot of them that do this stuff. And then they have what they call the fluffer-duffers. They got guys that come after the firemen. I'm giving the firemen a good plug in here. They come afterwards, and things happen. And I'll show it to you.
They're like the pregame, and then the fluffers are
Then,
the game.
then there's the game, and there's back rooms, front rooms, sideway rooms. And when a man goes, men clubs, I don't know, you guys been to clubs, right? Where women are dancing and stuff. Can you even touch them?
No.
No.
I mean, they grab you by the neck, and next thing you know, your 12 collar is a 10 because they're squeezing it. You can't touch them. Now, if you go to a champagne room in the back, which you're seeing on every show on TV, and they do lap dances, I'm still trying to figure that out.
With the mask?
Why would you pay $20 to have a woman dance on your lap? I mean, I know why. I kind of
Is
get
that a
why.
real question or not?
But why would you do that
Versus
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 tipping
not?
dollars? And I gotta tell you, I used to
it's
spend a
one-on-one
lot of
interaction.
money. I stopped doing it because I wasn't up for that $300 a night deal no more. Because all my buddies went. Like if I go with these guys, give $1 because they get mesmerized. And I have to tell you, the women on stage are very good actresses. They really are. They can
entertainment.
perform like nobody's
It
business.
makes me think of that book for Stripper Gamble, actually, because that's what it's about. It's the entertainment industry.
It is.
What it is.
And it has a lot to do with it, right?
Sells the fantasy, you know.
Oh.
Oh, tell us about that, Slick.
Nice.
So,
Slick.
Tell
that-
me about it.
what-
No,
what about
I'm
that
just
fantasy
saying,
you
I'm
have
Slick,
in
you
just-
gotta write that
I'm just
hashtag
feeling
down.
I'm just feeling the vibe, but they sell the fantasy. So it's like for the guys that think they fell for something in there, clearly you met a good actress. So
Now, have you ever gone to a club
I like
and met
that
an
tagline.
educated woman? Most of the kids are in school. They go to college. They have to pay their tuition,
Yeah.
blah, 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 right?
You make a lot of money.
They
If you're
do.
good, you make a lot of money.
The question is, you got to be good,
yes.
right? You got to be able to carry your body. You got to be able to
Depends where you
converse.
are, what's relative. In Miami, you have to be amazing. In,
Like
BFE,
please.
Oklahoma, I'm sure you just have to be pretty.
Oh,
You just gotta have two eyes.
Yeah. And all your teeth.
she's right
And
about
in
that.
Miami, you better be on
Amazing.
point, right?
I'm gonna tell you, the
Not-
clubs.
not
Freddie went.
anything at a place.
And when you see my son Freddie, ask him about the night that they went to a party. What do you call it? A stag party? We used to call it. What do you call it now?
Bachelor party?
Bachelor party. And they got separated because Freddie was not allowed into the club with a bunch of other guys, so they had to go to another place. And they took him to a place. He says, "Dad, I've never seen anything like this. This was amazing. It was better than the club they were going to go to." He told me it was in Miami. Miami got some really wicked
Miami
stuff. You been
is-
down to Miami? Oh, Vinny, look at Vinny. You
Oh,
been
yeah.
down to Miami?
Miami clubs?
No, I don't like Miami.
No?
No,
Why?
too crowded and traffic sucks.
It's funny. When I worked in Miami, the party started at midnight. I used
Well,
to
now
go with a
Miami
guy.
They
closes
kinda
at
do,
what,
yeah.
8 o'clock, doesn't it?
Right.
Isn't Miami Beach, don't they have a curfew
They,
at 8?
they shut everything
So
down.
can you imagine what that's done to Miami Beach?
It's shut it all down. But the numbers are coming down, so congratulations to them. We gotta keep going. But yeah, but they used to start at 12 o'clock. Now I'm used to that in New York. In New York, we used to go to dinner, go home and shower, get ready, and go to the
Get all
Roseland
smelling
party.
good and everything.
That's right. We were the only
Get
ones
your
that
hair
smelled good at 12
done,
o'clock.
perm, yeah.
And the chicks were, oh, lick it up already. For cut down on that bill.
The strategies of going out with
It
Freddie.
was. It was with a crew. We had a table and everything. But in Miami, it was different because I didn't know anybody down here. So I went with this guy, and the parties are in penthouses down here.
Yeah.
If you don't go to clubs, they have them in penthouses in Miami. You ever been to a party in Miami, guys? You ever been to a penthouse party? Yes.
Penthouse? No, but I've been to a party in Miami. I know those things can stretch. Like you would think it's over.
It's just beginning.
Yeah.
So
Literally.
there was this guy named Aldo that I work with, and he used to dress up very flamboyant with the hat and the feather and all that.
Yeah.
Red handkerchief. The man looked like $1 billion. So I said to him, "Man, I look like a slob compared to." He says, "This is the ticket to any door." I said, "What?" Teddy, we never got turned away anywhere.
Yeah.
We used to go to private parties
Why, 'cause he looks so good?
because he looked impressive. And he used to say, "Aldo's here." And the guy says, "Yes, Mr. Aldo, this is my buddy." And we went up everywhere. At dawn, there was never a no. Then they used to, we went to one that was an art party. And he's standing next to a painting. And they thought he was the artist. So they started taking his picture. He had 20 people around. I was dying.
Well, we're actually going to do that. Who are we talking about? We're going to go down to, it's Steve-O? No, it wasn't Steve-O. Going down to South Beach in a limo. We bring our paparazzi with us.
Or somebody told us to do
We
that.
were on set talking about that the other day, and we get out of the car, we got our paparazzi, and watch, and you just see behind the scenes of what happens. You come out with your hat, I come out, who knows with what.
Yeah, but we gotta deuce it up. I
Yeah.
gotta get Deucey Lucy and watch what happens.
Lucy. No,
You
I'm
know,
tryna
I gotta get
follow along.
slickness.
So look, I'm thinking you're going to do the new commercial for Amy Minty for Stripper Gamble.
I can,
Yes, you're
Sell
gonna wear a
the
speedo.
fantasy.
Oh.
I don't have to wear
Right?
a speedo to do
Yeah.
a wow.
Slick. Sell
no,
the fantasy.
Like a visual,
Amy Minty.
visual
No,
commercial?
just an audio.
Oh, so I don't need to wear a
Your new
speedo.
stand-up.
You're gonna wear a speedo. You're gonna wear a white speedo.
That's going to be for the OnlyFans behind the scenes. Just a videotape of the voiceover.
Or Freddie in it,
Okay.
right?
And you're going
Yeah,
to
that'll be
do.
OnlyFans.
And you're gonna do the original. You're gonna do the for strip or gamble dance. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take
I don't
this
think
book.
it's a dance. though.
Because
that's
you ever-
the thing.
You ever notice? You ever
I don't
notice?
think it's
They
a
have
dance.
pole dancing, right?
Uh-huh.
You're gonna do book dancing. You're gonna put sexy back in
The
sexiness.
sexy librarian kind of whole
Ooh,
thing.
don't do that. 'Cause it was a fantasy of mine, that sexy librarian.
I think it's a fantasy of a lot of guys. What
It
is that?
We like it. We like them smart.
The
We like them
glasses.
innocent. You know,
The hair
men
comes down.
they like to marry the
You like
angel that
fantasy.
is the devil in the bedroom.
Actually, tomorrow I think is National Hug an Angel Day or something like that. We got
Be an angel,
Be
hug
an
an
angel.
angel.
Yeah. Right. I posted that in the group
Thank you for bringing that up while I'm talking.
to thank all the angels.
Now, I wanted to ask the guys, if anybody ever asked you to do a movie, an X-rated movie, would you do it?
How much?
That's a good question.
love
He's ready to
These
sell his
answers.
soul for anything.
Right?
That's a good question.
All
women
3 days.
women make between $4,000 and $8,000 a flick, or used to. I don't know what it is now. Men make about $1,200.
Really? Women make more in the industry than men?
Hands
Who
down.
knows these numbers?
And the more beautiful you are, the more you make.
Does it have anything to do with talent?
Okay.
But would
Define
you
talent, I know.
you do an X-rated movie?
I'm not good. I'm not good enough.
That's the question.
Nobody ever asked me. I knew a guy who was in the industry, and he took me in his limo in the life of. I wanted to see One Day Of, and my goodness gracious, I learned a lot of stuff in this business. But I asked him, I says, "How much do you make?" And I saw the talent pool go from 4,000. There was one woman that made 12, and she was making like 6 films a day. It was like
You know, there's
nuts.
an award show for that.
There
Yeah.
is.
There's like a literal award show, and people show up, and there's a red carpet, and it's insane. I saw pictures of
I'm
it.
a little bit embarrassed. You know, they had the pornography thing in Miami at the convention center every year.
Is
Because
that
a
the-
lot of it's not all real, right? Is that what they
Oh, it's
tell
all
you?
real. It's all
That
real.
it doesn't really happen. I always
No.
look and go, how does that really not
It's real.
happen?
I was in the granite business.
How
and
does that really not happen?
I went with one of the granite workers.
and it really
Good looking
happened.
guy.
Yeah.
And I went down there, and I always wondered if he was in movies. He was a real good looking guy. And I went in there with him, and people remembered me from that one day who had done movie. Oh, Freddie. I was so humiliated.
So can guys really look at guys and say that they're good looking? I'm impressed.
In the business?
No, in general.
I wouldn't say it in general, but in the business, this guy was a good looking guy.
So if you walk around, you see a guy, and you go, he's a good looking guy.
He's,
Yeah,
he's a
man.
1200. They used to call you a 1200. You were 1200, you were
I'm
top
not
of the
talking
line.
about the pornography business, just in general. Like women walk around. We have this conversation all the time,
Yeah.
and Teddy and I are always in agreement of who is attractive, and you always find somebody else more attractive,
Yeah, agreed.
right?
Well, because the bar, I was given
Your
100.
bar isn't higher. Your bar is sideways.
I was given $100 bet. A friend of mine, John D'Amato, said to me, "I'm going to take you to Manhattan, and here's $100." He tore it in half. He gave me half. He says, "If you tell me when we leave the number one beautiful woman in Manhattan, I'll give you the other half." Couldn't do it. Every time I turned around, there was another hottie. So there's always another step up.
Yeah, but your steps aren't going up these days. Have you ever had this conversation with Freddie Slick?
Oh,
He's
I
just
don't have
shaking
this
his
conversation
head.
with Slick or Vinny. What am I going to
He's had it
say?
with us.
Yeah.
Not about them. I mean,
About
in
guys?
no, about women.
What about women? I don't have this conversation with you guys.
Really?
Yes, you do.
Do I?
Yes.
And Freddie and I look and go, really? Between A and B, you like B, and we're thinking A?
It depends on what the A and the B are going to be used
Because you
for.
look at different things, which
Of
is quite
course.
interesting as you've matured in your life.
I'm
You're not
mature.
looking
I've
for the
always been.
hottie-hottie.
I've always been that way.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not looking for the hottie guys.
No. The brick house is nice, but you know, there needs a little mortar. Would you marry a beautiful
We got a
woman?
lot more mortar as we age, is all I can
Would you
tell
marry
ya.
a beautiful woman or an ugly woman?
Depends. One what?
Well, if the ugly one left, who cares, right?
Yeah, but
Wow.
isn't beauty
In the eye of the beholder.
Yes. Eye of the beholder.
eye of the beholder? Beauty comes from
I behold
within
your
and all of
eyes. What do you
that?
think of this?
All of that. Beauty
But,
comes from within.
Now, do you like smarts over looks or looks over smarts?
Smarts.
Definitely.
Yeah, you know, every guy says that. They're so full of
Yeah.
beans.
Liars.
Liars. You go to
The
the
looks are good too.
you go to the beach and you see them hot
can't believe-
bikinis.
I
I
can't
don't see
believe-
you asking if
Don't-
E equals MC
what?
square.
Well, you never met a beautiful girl you don't vibe with? Well, it's
I
like,
can't
oh, she's
believe-
cute, but it's like the vibe's not there though.
Huh?
Like
You
you
ever-
hold the conversation. Like you can't if you can't really hold a conversation. There's like
You say I have a hard pass. You're so
hard
full of
pass,
beans.
yeah.
You
I'm
never,
so
you never
serious.
dated.
Well,
No.
it might be good for the all
No.
for the all fan site, and then after that,
You
know,
never
not so
dated a
much.
chick that she said, I knew what my name is. And you said, yeah, but you looking good, baby. You know, you never dated one of those, right? Never.
I mean
That's enough. Enough of that.
It might not be dating; it might be just a situational.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you
it
guys
was a
something.
situation shit.
I gotta tell you something. Women are just as bad.
It was a
They
sit-
look at Captain Tarzan coming in the room and go, whoa, look at this. And they start with the
And then
hair.
Captain Tarzan opens his mouth, and you go,
And
no,
Captain-
not so much.
He has a sewer mouth. He smells like death. And you
And he
go,
might have a Velcro wallet, and I can tell you right
Yes.
there. And nowhere I see in his car, that's a game changer. Done.
yeah, but he got you all the way to his car.
And then that's a
Man,
hard pass,
Dawn,
as Slick
stop
says.
letting out the ugliness. But I'm sure guys, girls say the same thing. And the giveaway, when a guy walks in the room, fellas, don't look at the guy, look at the girl. They start playing with their hair. They always play with their hair. That's the giveaway
Of what?
of, I see something I may like. And the funny thing is, I love to see where married women do it. I love to see that whole hair thing going on. And they're married because
It's a
their
hair
husbands
thing?
is it's a hair thing.
Really?
And I would lay a $50 bill and says, oh, you're looking in this direction. And if you get them to talk to you enough, they'll tell you the truth. True that. I take that to the grave, baby. And you know what I'm talking
I'm
about.
sitting here thinking about when I go out, when I used to go out with my girlfriends, and if they play with their hair.
Yeah,
I
think
see,
about
and
it.
then I think about other people that we know, and I'm thinking, I don't see the hair thing. It's more of the head tilt, the eye contact.
Nah, it starts with the hair. That comes afterwards. The hell, you got to be good at it with
Kind
the
of like
head.
the shoulder thing, you
Yeah.
know, the cutesy, they bat their eyes at you kind of thing.
And the way they spin on their feet and everything else. You know, you guys, it makes me laugh
pivot,
because
yeah.
there are so many beautiful waitresses in Florida. I'm gonna tell you, you go to the places and they looking because they want to get the tips and stuff. They look beautiful. So I used to tell my son, I said, Freddie, you got it all backwards. Excuse me. First of all, what is your name? And you write her name on the table. Trust me on this. When you write her name on that table, that she can see it every time she comes over, this guy likes me. This guy makes me feel like a somebody.
How'd you learn all these tricks, by the way?
I had good teachers.
I'm telling
And
you.
if you're able to take that person and say, I wish that I could serve you. Why don't you sit down? Let me serve you. Now, they know they can't.
Is that
They
lob
know they
open?
can't.
No, but I can make it.
They know they
Pull it
can't.
open and come out.
They know they can't do that. But just you offering it with her name on that table, ask Freddie. Freddie, if you're watching, call in. Tell me that don't work.
Saucy.
Tell me that don't work.
You saucy?
That is saucy.
But I'm going
You
to tell you, it
saucy?
works. So you ever gone to a restaurant and your waitress is like, oh my goodness, God, I
Oh, yeah.
want to marry this woman.
Yeah.
You've seen it, right?
Mia. I think that's Mia.
I've seen it.
Oh, it's not. Oh, it's Pierre. I thought it was Mia here.
Pierre, sit in that chair over there.
Teddy's turning on the lobs. I thought it was Mia, and I thought it was a perfect conversation to have with
Yes, saucy.
Now, also the waitresses, they don't want to get hit on by 100 people either, right? They want to be selective. So they have to turn off the juice, turn on the juice. It's very
Mia.
different.
You lost me at the married women flipping their hair. Still, I'm still thinking about going out. Thinking, do I know women that do that?
I could tell you just by the friends that you've brought here who do that.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I can't wait to have this conversation.
Teddy,
out
is that
there.
a true thing? Women play with their hair when they're acting a little bit spicy?
I think it's different for everyone because I know I don't play with my hair, but like there are definitely things.
Well, you don't play with your hair because you're spoken for. So I noticed you look down.
Oh no, yeah. even before I was dating him though, it was never because my hair is always back, but it was always there's always something for people. And usually in a group of friends, you start to recognize it. So when I was in college, we knew what everyone's is, and you'd stare at them and be like, okay.
Here
all
we
right.
go.
Yeah, you knew.
You kind of know what their mojo's going to be.
Well,
What their
Well, Teddy
go-to.
took Arizona, and some vampire decided to fight by her face. So
Never.
Well, we were talking the
live
other
that
day
down.
about when women laugh. And there's a couple kinds. So one
Oh,
of the
yeah.
girls said,
Big
"Oh,
turn-off.
like me," and we went, "No, not like you." There's a laugh, and then there's this flirty laugh, and like when you flirt, and then the head goes down and flips back, like in Legally Blonde. That, you know, that
Yep.
snap,
Close her neck.
that
What's it
snap
called?
laugh,
it's called chicken neck.
I
snap.
was saying that when a woman usually shows her neck or puts her hand there, usually
I say they
that's-
touch their hair. They play with their hair.
It's both.
They
If
touch
they
their
play
neck.
with their hair
Yeah, I've
or
never
they
seen
put their
neck.
hand here,
Have you ever
close
seen the
her
neck
is
thing?
I'm never this observant.
Well, no, they
That.
they have a thyroid problem.
this observant.
Like, yeah.
No, but I'm
I'm
gonna-
like, okay.
I'm gonna tell you, there are certain women that I know. They give that look that if you just watch them long enough, they're giving that peak look. You know that peak? It's like peaky, hey. I seen that too.
It's a snap. It's the
Yeah.
giggle, the
We need to be
laugh.
more
The
the-
head
observant.
flip, the laugh, the up and down.
Because you know you guys got the upper hand.
Always.
Yeah.
Women have the upper hand,
True.
right?
That
'Cause
happens to
we're
be true.
we're chasing and you're the chase.
That happens to be 100% true. We definitely have the upper hand.
Now, do all women feel that way? Do the ones that feel that they're not unattractive?
I
Because
don't know,
every
that's a
woman
good
is
question.
attractive.
Ladies, do you feel like you've got the upper hand on dating?
That's the deal. And even not dating, just walking into a room.
Walking into a room 100%.
Yeah.
You think you have the upper hand?
100%.
Well, I think it depends. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I think part of it depends on if you're looking appropriate. Like you can definitely be the center of attention,
There
but
you
it
go.
might not always be a good center of attention.
If you're looking appropriate, you mean dressed and stuff?
Yeah, like if you walk into a fancy place and you're wearing like schlubby, you know,
Schlubby's
jeans and-
okay. Depends what kind of assets the
But if you're
schrubbiness
walking
is
into
covering.
like, you know, a steakhouse or something, you're walking into like a really nice party where everyone's dressed up and you're kind of in like jeans and a whatever t-shirt, it's not going to be the good attention that you have.
Now, do you think women dress down on purpose because they don't want to have attention?
Dress down.
Yeah.
Just down.
Well, they say you should get dressed and look at your jewelry and take off one piece because you clearly have put too many things on. And I think I did that on a daily basis. But
No, but do you ever run into somebody and they know they're attractive, but they don't want the attention? Maybe they're engaged, maybe they're married, whatever. So they dress it
or
down.
they want their friend to get the attention. Yeah. but
That's
it-
a thing too.
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
Well, if Teddy went out with
yeah.
a friend and she's been with Michael for a year and her friend is single and they
Yeah.
want to go out and maybe say Arizona to meet somebody, she'll probably play it down and say, "Oh, he's cute, he's this, meet my friend," that type of thing. She won't
Yeah.
draw attention to herself.
Or you'll dress like more conservatively so that you're not, yeah, exactly, so much the center of attention.
I'm gonna tell you, they sent your pictures when Bujan was in here. She sent your pictures that we use on Teddy Unscripted.
Danielle? Oh.
I said, "Who the hell is that?"
He did. He I
Danielle's
said,
a
"What do you
good
mean?"
photographer.
So I'm
Good
scrolling through. He says,
editing.
"Who's that?" I go, "Who's
You
what?"
ever seen Teddy in pictures? Even last night
Oh no.
when she does the smoky eye thing, when she starts putting the
Oh,
eye,
my
it's
hair.
Teddy's selling points are hair and her eyes, man. I'm gonna tell you.
The very
You
few
can't
times I
kick
care about
that.
What I look
Her,
like.
no, her brain pretty much blew you away last night.
Well, no, her brain is. That's a
What
whole
you did
different
last
conversation.
night, holy smokes.
Oh yeah, I have to teach everyone to do that. We have to do a class. on
Oh,
that.
yeah, you got to teach everyone to do that.
Yeah.
What Teddy did last night, you want to share with everyone?
Yeah, I want to congratulate everybody.
I wish Val were
yesterday,
here because she's 100% part of this.
yesterday
Yeah.
was perfect production day. You guys hit it on every cylinder. And yesterday we did something that I've been chasing for 12 years in this industry. I've only done it once before when Gio and I were on 18th Street. Now that's the picture you see on AMP TV. It's the green wall and stuff. We did it in there and it was shut down because it did not work. They didn't have AB buses in those days. They just had one bus and it did not work. But yesterday we got to actually do production from in-house to the radio station, soup to nuts, back-to-back shows. And I'm going to tell you something.
But we sent them everything.
We
they
sent them
didn't
everything.
Send it to us.
No sound was received from the station. They stood and listened and watched. And that's the first time in 12 years that I've actually had that, witnessed that. Teddy did the board yesterday. Even Gio watched, and he was impressed
Well, Gio's
because,
the one who set it up.
well, he watched and he said that the production was on point, and even the transfer over. And if you don't understand the business and how
Down
complicated.
to the second, not even the minute. It was slick, 7:04, boom, it went out. We rolled into 7:27. We texted, we did, flipped right into the next board, into the next show, and commercial started, and they went to commercial and came back. Amazing.
And not even in the TV industry, not even on television do they do what we did yesterday, unless it's a sporting event. So you have the Super Bowl, think about that. You got baseball, football, basketball games, think about that. That was the kind of production that we put on yesterday. It was live, the commercials were there, and it was on point, and it was flawless, and there were interviews, and there was virtue, okay, which isn't easy either. It's the hardest part of our business to get it right. And it has to be an FM sound quality.
It was amazing. The production was right on point, and what you put out on Fuego yesterday was incredible. The set, the design, the sound, the BYOB that's airing today at 11 o'clock with Natalia and Faith James. Oh my gosh, you want to
That's
talk
good
about
stuff.
branding your business? You definitely want to tune in today at 11 o'clock, what she talked about. Even why I was a little late this morning, I actually went on my LinkedIn. I have not been on LinkedIn, dare I say, in 5 years. It still had my old career on there. And I updated one. I have two profiles. I have to get rid of one of them. I actually updated that because I was so inspired to look at these things. There are amazing connections on LinkedIn.
Yes, all
I think
businesses.
we need to hire someone just to manage our LinkedIn.
Well, I got 25 hits yesterday on LinkedIn. That's the first.
But how do you to manage all of it? And Faith talks about there are, I guess, apps and programs that help you manage content on everything until you have a dedicated content creator,
Well,
which
it-
I'm thinking of hiring.
Well, the difference between having it and using it is worlds apart.
Well, you can't use it if you don't have time. So therein lies the whole thing.
Well, you have to make time. Every producer in this studio and Pierre Soon has their own show.
Ask Teddy how many. Slick, let me start with you. How many shows do you have on Anchor?
Oh, I would say eight shows right now
Vinny?
on Anchor.
6, 7 maybe.
I think I have 15 or 16.
And how is the podcast? How is it being received? I know that you got on Apple and Spotify, right?
Yeah, I'm on Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and like all the littler ones.
The little one. So you got about 11.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah, that's what we
I
have.
didn't count.
And you guys, have you been accepted by Spotify or Apple or anything like that? yet?
Correct. Yes.
I gotta check.
You gotta
Correct.
check. I gotta tell you, one of the interesting
Nice.
things is I put our podcast on a Facebook page, and it's one of the reasons that all the shows, if you turn them into podcasting, you can put them on there. And yes, Gio, I understand I'm not doing it right, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Well, a podcast should be live and in person, right? That's why I wanted to set
No,
up.
podcasts are not live.
I understand, but you want it to be today's material, which I don't understand the difference, right? Teddy, if you're there and you're talking about something today and I put it as a podcast, what's the difference between doing it right and doing it that way?
I think the only difference is people wanting to edit what they say because people tend to runaway train it and they get nervous. But a lot of podcasts are live and they're only edited to put in like their intro music, outro music, and like a sponsorship or something.
That's another thing I wanted to talk about, how to raise sponsorship awareness. You know, you can be a runaway train and become diarrhea of the mouth, and then you're going to talk about your sponsor and just keep going. Or you put in a 30-second spot and you think that's enough. That's not what sponsors want. They want to have call to action. You guys know what a call to action is?
It's when Slick's saying, Amy Minty for Stripper Gamble. What's the tagline?
Sell the fantasy.
That becomes,
And that's all you got to say.
and you know, we
Bam.
should do a call, a
Can
casting
we got to
call.
record you do that today.
Let's do a casting call. Let's ask Danielle today to have a model come in and model the books.
Last time she did that, they were all laying on the floor looking very extremely.
And every one of them works.
We can,
It
yeah.
was
We,
a
we
little-
bring several models. Yes,
Ready.
several. Yes.
It's like, you know, we'll get so much OnlyFans. We will get so
Yeah.
many subscribers from that.
I'm
There were
telling
5 of
you.
them laying on the floor
Slick,
like a
Slick
big
says he
star.
wants the
Have
back
to
as
pay
an office.
lucrative right now.
Just follow the arrows, lady. Slick is in the
Yes.
back. He's
Yeah.
going to do
Slick
all
will
the
not be in
interviews.
today because he is going to be working with some hair models on the floor in the theater.
Well, no, and the model comes in, you give her the books, and he says, okay, model this book for me, show me what you got. I mean, it takes talent to do that. It's not easy
Maybe
to do
we can
that.
arrange that for next week.
Yeah, let's go
Okay.
call Danielle today. I already have a few ideas. I got a lot of ideas yesterday.
You could just run them by me and just let me know
Vinny, will you help him out?
with the models.
No, Vinny
and the
doesn't like
book.
to deal with models.
Better pay me. Better pay me, Slick.
Somebody's got to take a picture. We're going to pay you.
Oh,
We're going to
man.
pay you through your eyes.
But doesn't pay food, so hands up.
If anything, one of them is going to like you, and all of a sudden you're going to be paying.
Yeah, it was
You're going to take it
very
to dinner or
distracting.
something.
very
Pay up.
distracting last time, you know.
Very interesting. It's all
Very.
about sell the fantasy.
Mhm, sell the
Danielle
fantasy.
Pujon for Stripper Gamble. You name it. We got a lot of clients like that. But it's
Yes.
all about the fantasy. It's right. It's just about what you put out there. It's living the dream.
Well, you know,
We
sex.
create the dream, by the way.
Sex
here.
and cigarettes sell. Or everything bad sells. You ever notice that? Nothing good. You got to push that.
I don't think about cigarettes.
Oh,
I don't
our
think
show
cigarettes.
today at 12 o'clock,
Yeah.
we've had a matchmaker coming on.
Ooh.
Matchmaker, match make
Definitely
me,
asking
make
her
me
some
a match.
questions, you know?
And she's in Puerto Rico, and we're bringing her in via our platform that we use. Her husband is running for mayor of.
Fajardo.
Yep.
It's funny because I called Puerto Rico this morning, and everybody's going to be tuning in because they want to meet the guy.
Interesting, right? And she's former military. She is former military spy.
Wow.
You're not supposed to say that.
Why? She told me. It wasn't like in secret.
If you're a spy, shouldn't that be a secret?
She's not
I'm a
spy
secret
anymore.
spy.
She's not a spy anymore.
Former.
Former.
How do you know that?
She told me.
They could be investigating you. Be careful. Huh?
She told me,
She
but
got caught.
now she's a matchmaker. In the middle of COVID, how do you meet the
Okay,
love
that
of your
just killed
life?
it for me.
How do you meet the love of your life?
No,
Why? How do you
because
meet-
all of a sudden, she could be working for the man.
Isn't it intriguing?
No,
Not
it's
recently.
kind of scary.
Not recently. It's been
How
a
do
long
you
time.
know that?
I had a very long conversation. You should see my phone bills. I'm kidding.
From Puerto
Rico's
Rico?
American. Can't wait to get the one from Hawaii from last week. I know. It's interesting, right? How to meet the love of your life in the middle of a pandemic. She's a matchmaker.
You hire a Secret Service
You
agent.
hire a matchmaker. So
True.
she is, well, it's not even bi-coastal. She's San Diego, Miami, Puerto Rico is where her offices are.
She got 3 offices. I got to meet this chick.
Pretty cool, right? And she's from Ecuador. Her husband's from Puerto Rico. And of course, she would very much like to be on Fuego, Slicksta.
We're gonna do a dating show with Mr. Vincenzo as the host.
Oh,
Vincenzo.
you're gonna be the
Maybe,
host of the dating show,
casting.
Vinny. Look, he's got an armband.
We talked
Yes.
about this.
You got this, Vinny.
I somehow delete that from my head.
You got.
You don't remember
this.
you agreed to do it?
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
I think
I
we'll
was
go back to the
there.
tapes. We'll find
Yeah,
it.
you got
I heard that Bombshell, what's her name?
Melissa.
Melissa said that she would co-host with you. I
Okay.
asked her if she would do it.
A
Oh, look at
Bombshell
Also, I get the grin.
Vincenzo.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, I know people. I know Achilles heels. She happens to be very, what is the word? Articulate, very, and she's a performer. So
Outgoing.
Okay.
outgoing. I think she
Yeah.
would make a good.
You got this, Vinny. I think you make peanut butter and it's gonna be like peanut butter and jelly.
I
Perfect
don't like
match.
peanut butter and jelly.
Chocolate?
No, perfect match. I'm
The
just trying to
perfect
say
match.
perfect
Boom.
match. I'm
Chocolate
not
on
trying to say
strawberries.
you like peanut butter. And jelly.
Dude, I'll say chocolate and orange juice make a good combination.
What?
Chocolate oranges?
Yeah, no, chocolate, eating chocolate Hershey's and drinking orange juice is good combination.
Really?
Yes.
Hard pass.
Hard
Try,
pass
guys.
on that.
Trust me on that.
Swing and a miss.
Don't do that.
I'd be like, really?
Guys never tried weird combination before, and it turns out, oh my god, it's actually
Pound
pretty
cake and tuna fish, the best.
good. Really?
Yeah. But-
Interesting.
Orange juice and
Try
chocolate.
it. Trust me. You might be weirded out, but it's like, oh my god, bomb combination.
I think I've had it, but it's very acidic.
Acidic?
Very acidy with the
Acidy.
orange juice. No?
Really? Interesting
Yeah,
concept,
chocolate
no?
and orange
Like,
juice,
what's
hard
your
pass,
weirdest
guys.
combination of food, Pierre, that you would eat together?
I remember as a kid, I would always drink chocolate milk with chips.
Chocolate milk and chips.
That's not a weird combination.
I feel like it's,
What kind of chips?
yeah.
Guy chips, all of them.
Any chip, like a potato chip?
I can see
Doritos.
Lay's.
I can see that with chocolate milk being weird.
What about with Lay's? I can see that, honestly.
You got laid.
Lay's. Lay's
La-
chip.
Oh, Lay's, yeah.
Where
Your part-
What's
is
your
your
weirdest food
mind this
combination?
morning?
Right?
Where is your mind?
I like pickled beets with like anything.
All right,
like
stop.
pickled
That's
beets.
it.
I
Stop.
love
Or
beets.
Freddie hates that I eat bell peppers with ranch. He thinks that's
I can see how that works, honestly.
It's
Yeah, I
really
can see how
great. I
that
eat
works.
it
Not
every day
that
for
bad.
lunch.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
I
sound
never
like that.
tried it or heard of it.
Where's
but
my
it's-
mask when I need it?
It doesn't.
Okay.
Bell peppers and ranch.
Yeah, it's really
I can see
good.
how that
It's like a
works, honestly.
salad, no?
I seen people take a bell pepper and they stuff the pepper.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was at a restaurant one day and I asked the waiter,
Called
"Can you
stuffed peppers.
can you move my seat?" He says, "Why?" He says, "That lady's eating bell peppers. I'm allergic to those things, and right now I was about to throw up on the floor." So he didn't believe me.
You did not.
Mix on aisle 4. Yes, I
Are
did.
you serious?
Oh, stop! I'm getting nauseous. He's stuff. That's just so sacrilegious. A stuff of pepper.
Really? Like meat combination?
Stop.
I won't do it to you. I'm not cleaning the floor. The floors are clean. You just cleaned them. Slick, what's your weirdest combination?
I can't say I have like any recent weird combinations.
Come on, give us a Caribbean dish.
Caribbean dish.
Codfish and
No, not codfish. I would say you know, bread pudding. My mom makes bread
the
pudding.
best.
I'll make. Bread pudding with like you know. Yeah, it's not a weird combination.
Not
it's
ice
a good
cream?
combination.
With what?
What is it? Either I'll drink it with some nectar, like some nectar juice. You know, nectar juice.
That's
Oh,
not
like the
good.
mango
combination.
juice?
Yeah,
Like pear
Oh,
juice.
that'd be
Yeah.
good.
So good.
that's a good combination.
That's Caribbean.
I tell you, tuna fish and pound cake is a little
It's good. Try it.
weird.
Tuna fish and pound cake.
You take it. You make a pound cake sandwich with tuna fish.
Well, there's pound cake in the back. I want to do a segment on what we can create for food based on the contents of our refrigerator at the Brooklyn Cafe
I
show.
put ketchup on my pizza sometimes. That's a combination I do.
Ketchup on your pizza.
Yes.
That's not too weird
Maybe
because it already has
it's
sauce. When you put Doritos on your pizza.
No.
No, that's you. I see.
Try it. You saw
Yeah,
I
you
put
put
it.
Fritos on your
Free
pizza.
pizza.
Remember? We did it
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Meisner
Was
Park.
it good?
Michael does he'll
It's
dip
delicious.
his pizza in ranch.
So do I.
I can't do that.
You put the ranch on it, baby.
That's okay. Like a little weird, but okay.
Put your Doritos and ranch on your pizza, and you will go home a happy man.
I love when
okay.
Val was changing her food concepts for the studio for lunch because her stomach didn't feel so good when you were out last
Yeah.
week. So she went from her plain bland turkey sandwich and mayo and chips to a PB&J sandwich with cheddar Doritos because that was more soothing to her stomach. And I'm thinking of all the things, Val, that you would switch to. would be those the
I-
nacho cheese
I-
Doritos and PB
I
and
saw
J.
that. I get jealous when they bring in food,
They bring it really
and it
good
looks
food.
really good.
Good, yeah.
And then she says it's peppers or something.
What did you bring in last night that looked amazing?
Oh, I ordered in pad siu from a Thai place. It was
Now,
really good.
patsu is very good. Was it good?
Yeah, it was really good.
They order in good food here.
Yeah, you get a tuna fish sandwich. A sandwich you got
But
me.
that was for you. You
that
even
thing
got
was
the
like-
high quality sandwich.
They made the sandwich in the bag. It was like, oh, I tell Teddy, look at this. This is
He
a
takes it out and
mess.
he goes, whoever made this has no eyes. This is what?
It fell apart. You said.
Fell apart. I had to eat the bag. It was in the bag, and then they put tape around it, and it was around the sandwich. It was the most disgusting thing. Thank God for the
nice
soup.
patch job, man. Nice
And
patch.
I heard Slick yesterday recalls he ordered his pasta and some wings.
Yes, it cost them wings, but what is it? I was commenting on. I think someone had a salad over there.
Oh, Selena brought
Yeah,
like a
bro,
salad.
that
She had
salad.
sushi on top of it.
Wow.
That looked really good.
I'm telling you.
I got to tell you, delivery companies are loving coming here to the studio.
Hold
every
on.
day.
Don't we have some amazing news from
End of the
End
Ave.
of the Ave? They're doing chicken wings now,
They're
you
doing
tell me?
chicken wings now.
Chicken wings at End of the Ave.
Nice.
That could be interesting, right?
That can be.
I don't know how
interesting.
Dawn left it. How'd you leave it with them?
They're supposed to call me and see if we're doing Wing Wednesday or Taco Tuesday.
When Wednesday?
But they're really busy, so I'm waiting to find out confirmation on Wing Wednesday or Taco Tuesday for next
Okay.
week.
Interesting. I'm glad they're getting busy. I heard
It's really good.
I heard also next door that the studio is going to have September 10th 4 kids. We're going to start with 4 next door,
Oh, really?
September 10th or
Very
7th,
nice.
yeah. And then she's hoping that because we heard a rumor, she heard the same rumor about going to phase 2, 50%. And I think that place holds, I don't know, 40 people, so she may end up going to 20. So they're just checking it out. They're going to sort of spread it all out next door.
Yeah, well, you know what happens when phase 2 opens? Schools are probably going to reopen, so that's a whole nother level of stuff.
Hard pass.
I know.
Did you
When you
see?
take 50% of schools, you take 50% of the kids, not 100% of the kids. I mean, really?
Did you
I
see?
see, huh?
Did you see on the news this girl went to a party? Somebody filmed her. There must have been 100,000 kids in this party from college. No mask, no nothing. And they sent it to her parents. And her parents got it, and they immediately had her flown home. They took away her car. They took away her money. They said, you know what? You want to be sick? Go get a job. You're not going to school and aren't dying no more. It was all over the news.
Wow.
Wow.
Hard love. And she apologized, and he said, really? Now go get tested. They don't even let her stay in the house. You got to stay at a friend's house. And they did all of this to try to teach her a lesson. So is that the right way to do it, the wrong way to do it? I don't know.
I was talking to a friend of ours, and her son goes to a small private school locally, and she said he's going to have to wear a mask around the house. She's quarantining when he comes home from school upstairs. She said, because I can't get sick, and Dad's older, and Dad can't get sick. And the school gave you an option to go online or go in person, and he's choosing to go in person. And she said, if you choose to go in person, you come home and you're going to be living upstairs. We bring you your food, you quarantine, you wear a mask when you come downstairs, and you go to school, and this is how he's choosing to live. School hasn't started yet, so we'll see what happens. But that's the conversation going on.
It's going to get tough.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I was gonna say there's commercials now that I was seeing on TV where they're doing the back to school clothes and they'll say however you're choosing to go to school or whatever the school year looks like. And it's a really interesting change of the verbiage for the normal, but they're still doing all the back to school and they're selling the backpacks and everything. It's a very interesting thing they've done with the promotion of it.
Well, we talked about this, that you should still get dressed to go to work. You should get dressed to go to school. You don't have to wear pants because nobody does. But if you're going to be going to school, you should still get dressed like
At
you're going
least
to
from the
school.
waist up.
Yeah, I mean, you should.
I would not. If I was still going to school and I was doing online school, even when I was in college, I did online classes like that. Absolutely not. I was in my pajamas the entire day.
Well, what begins to happen is if you don't have that strict discipline, then, you know, I mean, if you like to study and you do what you're supposed to do, that's one thing. But, you know, like how many kids do that?
We're going to see what happens. What's going Teddy Unscripted today at 10:30?
Today we have Keisha Graves from Girls Chronically Rock. She has her own clothing line where she's diagnosed with a disability when she was older, actually only a few years ago, and she was seeing her body slowly deteriorate and how she still wanted to feel like she had, like dopeness is a lot of on her clothes. Stay true to your dopeness, trust your dopeness. And it's a really cool line that she's done. And she works in the fashion industry. She does this on the side. And she has a whole lot of shirts. I met her from MARTA, on my radio show. She has a lot of shirts that Black Disabled Lives Matter, which is what I got interested with her for. So she'll be
Wow.
on today.
Very cool. Today at
That
10:30.
is cool.
And we've got BYOB at 11, Fuego at 11:30.
Who's
Back
on
to-
BYOB?
BYOB is Natalia and Faith James.
That's the one that we taped.
We recorded that yesterday because Natalia is Shaka Khan. Natalia,
She looks
she's
just
on
like Shaka
retreat.
Khan,
I
man.
know, right?
Did you see
But
the hand
it
on
is-
that? Wow.
I almost wish she didn't give out so much information because I want people to contact her for as a branding consultant. But she gave out so much information in that half hour. It's packed with information. It's unbelievable
Mute
how
the
much
sound.
how much information, how much she shared. I mean,
That's good
most people
stuff,
give a
though.
little tease and they say, call me. She gave it right out there. She told you the name of things to use, how to do it, what to wear, your brand, all of it. It's amazing.
Good stuff. I look forward to seeing that. You know, I didn't see the taping of it, so I'm going to look forward to
So
seeing
Slick
it.
and I did that yesterday, which was awesome. And then today we've got Editor's Desk at 2:30 with Brenda Warren. And she's joining us on the 1 o'clock hour because she bought all of Amy Minty's books. And she is reading all of them. She's a huge fan. And sell the fantasy, Slick.
Correct.
He's talking into his
Sell the
phone.
fantasy. I thought the phone was
Did
in
you
my
just start
phone, but
talking into your
sell
phone?
the fantasy.
Sell the fantasy.
Now,
So
we
had a lot going
also
on.
going to have Faith on the midday show with
Not-
Amy Minty.
Brenda.
Brenda.
Yep.
Brenda from the editor's desk
Brenda from the Editor's
is
Desk.
going to be
And
on
we've
with
got
us.
Gubba Rum, and we've got the Matchmaker. We've got Michelle G. of Matchmaker, and Steve Gupp, Mia Casamia, and a full Friday as we go into our weekend.
It's going to be Fun Friday.
Have a great day, everyone. Be safe, be kind, wear your mask, and tune in at 10:30, Teddy Unscripted.
And as always, don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save her. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just